Hey everyone, I'm Anthony Venutolo. I'm here with Pete Genovese,
Hey.
our food dude. Another edition of NJ Food Chat.
Anthony, they liked you so much last week. You're back
They
again.
brought me back
You were
because
a
I
hit.
know food
It's
so much.
It's sensation.
I know food so much, but one thing I do know, Pete,
Oh,
is cozy.
you know cozy.
I know cozy.
All right.
My man cave, my living room, very cozy place, I'm told. Okay, and the reason why I bring that up is because our food dude here has written a post about the coziest restaurants in the
20
state.
coziest restaurants in the state.
Now, when I saw this, I immediately wanted to ask you, Pete, how do we dictate cozy? I mean, is cozy necessarily romantic? I mean, you could say yeah, maybe not.
So I don't know. I don't know what romance is. So this has nothing to do with romance. No, cozy is. I mean, it's really a feeling. You can't really big. We did this last year. 10 coziest restaurants.
I remember.
Now it's 20, and there's a whole new list of restaurants. So it's
Right.
not the same list from last year. It's intangible. Cozy. You really can't be big and cozy. Not like big. Oh, you could be a big restaurant, but cozy is. First of all, it has to be warm this time of year. I mean, the whole point is
Definitely.
it's the deep freeze outside. It has to be warm. The thermostat can't be down like 60 degrees.
No.
I can't be sitting in the corner eating my burger and shivering. So
And-
that's the first.
And do we have
stop.
to have a fireplace of some
It would
sort?
help. Yeah, I think most of these places have fireplaces.
Okay.
Definitely. That helps. But dim. It can't be bright. It has to be sort of like not dark, but sort of dim, subdued light.
Okay.
And so I guess romance would play into that. But cozy is more. You walk in, you feel immediately at home. There's a lot. It can't be a sterile place. A sterile restaurant or bar. It can't be cozy. I don't care if it's been around for 300 years. That's not.
If it feels
sterile as
cold.
No, or it just has the sort of like the same, bare walls,
Right.
the same sort of photos, that you see at every bar,
Sure.
restaurant. That's not
Sure.
cozy. It has that sort of a stamp, one of a kind.
Let's have
sort
a
of
nice palette
decor
to it,
Yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah.
Like a
And
nice
this
warm
is-
palette.
yeah. That's
Right.
a good way to put it. And this
Okay.
isn't about food. These aren't necessarily restaurants with the best food. They're just
Right.
places that I thought of that, and they're all over the map. They're diners, German restaurants.
Oh.
They're expensive restaurants, sort of lower end restaurants.
Well,
So
let's
it's a nice
let's
mix.
talk a little bit about a couple of these places. You mentioned diner. That's not necessarily something that I would automatically think of being cozy, so to speak.
There's something. See, I get. It's that retro cozy. It's
Right.
that you're sitting in the booth, and I think you have to be in the booth more than at the counter. Because
Right.
cozy, you're sort of surrounded.
Sure.
You need that surround feel to feel cozy. So you're in a booth, and clear glass window, and you can see, it's 10 feet of snow
Right.
outside, and it's nice and warm inside. You have
cup
that
of
chicken
coffee
noodle,
right
cup
here,
of
yeah,
coffee, chicken
okay.
noodle soup.
I will say this: the diner
cozy.
that you named as best diner in the state,
Right.
I thought that was a cozy diner.
Yeah, and like I said, that's small. Like I said, small doesn't necessarily mean cozy,
Right.
but it helps to be
But it
small.
felt like really
And
warm
you're sort of
and-
like all on time. The tables,
Yeah.
there are two tables right next to each other, so you sort of listen to the
Sure.
conversation. Yeah. It had
Okay.
that, and it was warm, and it had the waitresses, and it's very friendly.
Very friendly.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
see
it's
that
cozy.
being my place
Yeah.
to go on a very frigid morning
Yep.
for some eggs and coffee.
Yep. Hot coffee.
Hot coffee.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a couple of the other places that we might find on this list.
Well, there's one place, actually a newer place,
Mm-hmm.
and it's big, the Asbury Fest Hall in Asbury Park, which I've yet to go to, but I'm going to get to very soon. Maybe this weekend. I can just sort of camp out.
Well, you have the Jeep for it.
Yes, I do have the car. And this is, and why it's up there, it sort of has, brick walled,
Right.
it feels like sort of one of these European beer gardens,
Right.
the brick wall, it's a roof garden. Actually, they said the roof garden is open unless it's really cold. The outdoor exposed roof
Right.
garden, they do keep open in the wintertime. They just have these giant air blowers. So
Okay.
you go there. But downstairs where you want to go, there are fireplaces, and that's at a brick wall, and that's sort of that old world kind of
Right.
feel to it. And what I love about this place, they don't have, if you like Coors or Miller Lite, no, they don't have them. They do strictly craft brew.
But before you
and-
go any further, I
No,
just
fine.
want to tell people,
No.
do not go to a beer garden or a brew
doesn't have
pub
Coors Light.
and order a Coors Light
Right.
or a Bud
We're
or
gonna-
anything like that.
Yeah.
It
Well, they're not
defeats
going to
the
have it
purpose.
anyway.
Well,
They're not
good.
going to have it.
They
Not gonna
shouldn't.
have- yeah.
They
And
shouldn't.
this is this guy that owns the Pilsner House in Hoboken.
Okay.
And he has the same policy. They have any number of American crafts on draft, and all the European beers are beers most beer drinkers have never heard of. I mean, the average
Sure.
Joe kind of beer drinker,
Sure.
you know, the Czech lagers and the German beers and you know, and by German beers I don't mean, or Dutch beers I don't mean Heineken. I mean like real beers that are made there
Exactly.
and brought here.
That sounds like a great place.
Yeah. So that's.
What else do we have on your list?
To the people who think I ignore Hoboken.
Do people accuse you of ignoring Hoboken?
It didn't help that when I in my list of 10 most overrated things about New Jersey, which came out a couple months ago.
Pete, what did you say?
Hoboken is one of the top 5. I think it's just overrated as a town. I prefer Jersey City, but I'm still hearing from Hoboken people. You know, Hoboken. Oh, you can walk to all these restaurants in Hoboken.
Are we gonna have to hire a guard to walk you out of here at
Jersey
night?
City, you have to take a bus. Well, that wasn't the point of that whole story. Is how close the restaurants were. And I'm hoping it's got some great. And this is one of the great bars. Sort of one of the lesser known, under the radar kind of bars. Carpe Diem.
Okay, talk about it.
It's close to the 14th Street Viaduct. It's one of these. I mean, one reader described it. He says you walk in there, it's got these old photos on the wall. You feel like you're in FDR Churchill
very
time.
cool.
You know, and it's very sort of woody and dark, and it's very sort of locals hang out. You know, the hipsters don't go to Carpe Diem.
They don't.
No, unless they're no. You know, and good food from what I hear.
Okay.
You know, I was there once briefly.
Is there anything that you think if I want to go to a place?
Hillbilly Hall.
What about it?
You got to have a Hillbilly Hall. When you talk cozy and hillbilly somehow go
So
together.
tell me about Hillbilly Hall.
Hopewell Township. It's sort of like a kind of biker bar, local hangout again. Not in the town of Hopewell, in Hopewell Township. So it's out in the sort of more rural area. It's been around 30 years. And the menu kind of interesting. You know, steak, chicken and veal, seafood. It's kind of interesting. It isn't like a sports bar menu. It's not your typical Cranford Hotel, which is one of the great sort of hotel bars. You know, upstairs sort of like for the older crowd.
Yeah.
Downstairs, it's more hip, lively thing. Goes on till late at night. So the German restaurant Sebastian's in Wrightstown, right by Fort Dix. So it's a nice mix. These aren't just, a lot of people think cozy. They think maybe high end or expensive restaurants or fireplaces. Inns and hotels.
And they also
like that,
probably think romantic too.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not necessarily the case, right? I mean, I think closer to Valentine's Day, you're planning a companion piece to this about romantic spots,
right?
Correct.
Romantic.
So
places,
I'm sure.
right.
I don't. Is there going to be any overlap?
No.
Okay. Are there enough spots in the Garden State we can call cozy and romantic and not be on the same list?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'll do a whole separate. It won't be a retread of this. As this wasn't a retread of the story last year. Surgeonsville Inn, which just they had a big fire. It's out in Hunterdon County. Again, one of the best known inns and restaurants. Always highly acclaimed restaurant in New Jersey. Big fire last March. They just recently reopened in the last couple weeks, so that's on the list.
Okay.
It's a great old colonial back in the 1700s that started, and of course, if Surgeonsville is the location of.
Pete, don't quiz me. I have no idea what you're going to ask.
Look at that. When you look at that, people say Sargentsville. No, it's not Sargentsville.
It does
Surgeonsville.
Okay.
So that's how you pronounce it. And Surgeonsville is, of course, the location. New Jersey's only covered bridge.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't think Jersey.
One covered.
I go to Vermont a lot.
No, it's a real covered. It's not wooden. They sort of. Well, it's wooden over. And it's sort of like the steel deck. So they sort of modernized it because it's like real. For real traffic.
Now that is cozy.
The covered bridge?
The covered bridges are cozy. I go to Vermont all the time. They have them out in Vermont.
It's the only one in New Jersey. It's a green Surgeons Bridge, is what they call it, in Surgeonsville, right down the road from the Surgeonsville Inn.
Is there anything on your list that is in my county?
In your county, which is Essex County.
Essex County?
We have, what
do we have? Any
Did we
cozy
must
establishments?
Have. Well, I mean, close by. We have, of course, Cranford Hotel.
Okay.
In Union. Do we have?
I don't think Essex County
there is no cozy in Essex. There is no cozy. We have just no cozy in Essex.
You know what? There's nothing cozy in Essex. I don't know. Maybe it will be my duty for you to find a cozy spot in Essex.
Oh, I get any number. Like I said, there was only 20 here. I mean, there's thousands of restaurants I could have chosen from. There might be a cozy bar in my cozy bar story, which is
here's the thing.
Tomorrow.
I don't know if you've ever been to the new Tim McClune's Boathouse. It's right by the zoo in West Orange.
Somebody just emailed me about that.
It's really gigantic. It's
right across from the zoo.
Right across from the zoo.
Yeah.
It's quite large, but there's little pockets of cozy in that place, I think.
Pockets of cozy, okay.
And they have the double-sided fireplace.
Nice.
It's by the bar. But like I said, it's a very grand structure. It's echoey, it's loud. I mean, there's a lot of people there. It can be kind of loud and noisy.
Yeah, see, that's not cozy. You can't be
it's
loud.
It's not
and
cozy,
cozy.
but then, when
loud.
the crowd starts to thin, you get by the fireplace, it becomes cozy.
Okay.
And of course, in the warm months, the outside opens, fire pits, and then you're on the water. You're on the reservoir there.
Right.
So that's very cozy.
I'll have to stop over there.
I will endorse that for you as the Essex County contribution to that. I know you have a cozy restaurant piece coming up.
This is cozy restaurant. Cozy bars coming up.
Cozy bars coming up. Okay. Can you tease everyone watching at home what kind of things we can expect on that? And again, maybe give us one, maybe?
Just like the restaurants, it's a mix. It's like high-end to divey with bars. It's, high-end bars, cocktail bars.
Pete likes his divey.
I do. If I had to prefer. But there are, as we, the best bar, our 10 finalists, we had a couple swanky places there. So I'm open when it comes to bars, especially. I'm very open-minded. So the bars are, again, cozy bars, again, same definitions. Maybe I don't know if romance comes into it, but again, sort of warm, welcoming kind of places.
Okay.
A spirit, an atmosphere. The staff has to be friendly, obviously. One place, one of the higher end places, Verve in Somerville.
Okay.
Cocktail bar, which is one of the 10 finalists in our Best Bar Showdown this time last year. Great place. It's it's a restaurant. You walk in, there's a bar, small bar. Restaurant, dining room, past that, and the food's really good. It's right across from it's in Somerville, right across from the county courthouse, so you see a lot of attorneys and judges in there. Hang out. If you want to, talk to a judge, there's your best opportunity. But the inside tip with the Verve is you have to go there on a weekend because they have an upstairs bar. Walk up the stairs, these steep
and
stairs.
And that kind of opens up.
Only on weekends. It's this cool little bar. They have a screen. They show movies. There's like couches. They have a screen.
That's very cool.
And it's sort of red. It has this funky red glow to it. The red lights were like something out of Twin Peaks or something.
Okay.
It's very
all right.
Only open on weekend. That's Verve in Somerville.
Verve in Somerville. Okay. When does your story post? Is it Friday?
That's Friday.
Friday.
Bars just in time for the big snowstorm blizzard.
So if you think
you
you want to brave the elements and go to one of these bars for the weekend, feel free. Pete,
of course, on Saturday, we go from restaurants, cozy bars to pies, and we don't mean pizza. We don't mean pizza. We mean like pies.
So what does that mean? Where are we going? What are we doing?
So this is again a list of maybe the 10 best places for pies in New Jersey, and of course Saturday, as everyone knows, is National Pie Day. Now here's my question: why would you have National Pie Day in January? It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the fruit's not fresh, first of all.
Not
If
right.
you're in Jersey, unless you're in California, the fruit's not fresh. It's frozen blueberries, frozen apples, whatever. Have it in June or July when stuff is fresh. I have no idea.
If mom
I did not, had nothing to do with making Saturday National Pie Day.
If mom wants to make a pie, she kicks it out of the oven. She can't open the window and let it dry, or not dry, or cool off, because it's winter. Too cold.
There's nothing about the smell of that pie coming out of the oven.
Of course.
Right? Oh my God.
I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
All right.
So Saturday, that's a list of the New Jersey's 10 best pies.
So that's Saturday. Friday,
Coziest
Bars. Saturday, pies. Anything else, Pete?
And Cozy Restaurants is up. It'll still be up when this comes out. And we can't make the announcement now, but of course we had 3 NJ's best campaigns last year: best bars, best in the winter, best burgers in the summer, best diners, which we just finished. We have a big announcement. Can't reveal it.
Can't say, but this guy always has something cooking.
It's going to be a good one. It is going to be a good one. Let me just tease it this way. I gained like 10 pounds during the diner odyssey. I'm going to definitely gain weight on this. So that's all I'm going to say.
All right. Well, maybe you guys can tell us what you think he's talking about. All right, Pete. This about wraps up NJ Food Talk. We'll be back next week. At least he will be. Not sure about me.
You got to come back. You're like the hit.
I'm the hit. Anthony Venutolo.
Pete Genovese. Hey.
Take care.